Hello ladies and gents, this is me, Evan, your friend in some really exciting tutorial. This is the video of the infrared photograph process. In this video, actually, this is the second step of the infrared camera conversion. In this step, we'll see how easy is to edit a photograph in order to make it look really appropriate and of course really surreal as infrared. This is the view of my Nikon D200 before I do the conversion. As you can see, it looks like a normal camera, takes wonderful shots, and this is the vision of my window. There is a glass somewhere here, and this is the outside of the glass vision. Of course, this is before the transformation, before the conversion of my camera to infrared. This used to look like before I changed the inner filter of the sensor, and this is what the camera was looking after. You see, it's a huge difference, my friend. Huge, big difference from normal and typical view, just like our eyes are looking the environment. This is the infrared look of my camera. As you can see, the field looks white. Here it was green. Of course, I showed you and I told you before in the theory of the infrared that all the foliage, all the green color would be white. And as you can see here, everything tends to be more reddish. Well, this shot is from automatic white balance. My camera was set in automatic white balance, and so everything looks extremely red. In the next shot, you will see that my auto balance is more customized, and in this photo, I can actually see some differences in the infrared shot. Of course, I use the super color infrared filter, so it means that I can have 3 colors in my photograph, not just only pure one color infrared. And in this shot, I can clearly see that I have a sky, that I have foliage, and that I have another, let's say, color somewhere here that will help me reproduce them correctly inside an image editing software. So the first step is to just tell you that no matter if you have an automatic white balance or no matter if you have a custom white balance, it's the same thing. You can do easily corrections inside the Nikon Capture NXD, this wonderful software that comes for free. If you are a Nikon user, you can import your RAW files, as you can see here, or your NEF files. I'm not really sure that it can work with other RAW files from other cameras, but you're free to try it. And the reason that I'm using this program is that Photoshop and Lightroom have limitations in white balance corrections. I will show you what I mean. First of all, I will go to my Finder to see this photograph. As you can see here, it is pure red. And I will open this photo with Photoshop, with the latest version of Photoshop. And as you can see here, the camera raw is opened, and I can see this raw file through the, let's say, the dark room, the digital dark room of Photoshop. So the first thing for me is the correction of the white balance. I will take my white balance eyedropper tool from here. And now I only need to click on a white area. This area is white. So if I will click, I will see actually a difference, but I will not see the pure difference. Before I do the click, just take a notice here in the temperature of this area. The slider tends to be closer to the blue. I need to take and bring this slider to the blue areas in order to cool this photo off and actually correct the color. So I will just click here, and you will realize that my photo is transformed. It looks different. I can see the color separation right now, but it's not okay. As you can see, the temperature slider is all the way to the left, which means that it reached the end of this slider. I cannot go more blue, let's say. And this is the limitation of Photoshop. I will just open this image in order to be able to see the correction of Photoshop and Capture NXD, because it's really crucial to understand why am I using the Capture NXD. I have to show you again that this is white, as you can see here. So I will go now in NXD. I will go closer in order to see better. And I will use the white balance tool. As you can see, it's the same tool more or less, just like Photoshop, but it will do a fantastic job. I will just click here and right away I see a different photograph. Check this out, and now look the Photoshop. You see that? Check this out, look the Photoshop. You know, when we use this custom white balance tool and click somewhere that we know that it's white, we have to see the result to be gray, light gray or white, not reddish as this one photo. And in this example, it's clear that Photoshop does not do correct work for the infrared white balance. There is a trick in Lightroom, but trust me, I tried that trick. It was really tough to try to download some extra stuff and test that, but the result was not such great as this. So that's why I use the Capture NXD to change the white balance, to correct the white balance, and then I just right click, convert the files and put them in Photoshop. So we'll just name this first infrared example, because this example, it was clearly the first infrared photo I did with my converted Nikon D200. So we'll just click the save button and I will go to Photoshop in order to open this new infrared example. And of course you will clearly see here the difference. Actually, it's a huge difference that thank God we have the Capture NXD from Nikon that can actually read better the Nikon raw files and reproduce the white balance really powerful. And now our photograph, it's almost ready to be converted. I will show you two ways of convert your photograph into infrared. Actually, we can just go to the hue saturation and then just click here, select this area, this blue cyan area, and change this slider. And you see that it's really easy to change the colors to a color that you really like. You see that? Then I can go to the reds, I can change the red appropriate, and create a mix, let's say, of this photo. But for me, this is not the appropriate version of making an infrared. So the best version is to go to the channel mixer. I will click this adjustment layer. And now I will just go to this output channel set. The first one is gonna be the red probably. I will change this from 100 to 0. And I will go and put the 100 to the blue. So I will go to the red and blue channel, and actually I will invert their values. So the red will get blue 100% and the blue will get red 100% and 0 of course here. And this is the proper fix of an infrared photo. And then we can go to, let's say, levels, correct the levels, and you see that looks striking already. And now if we want, we can go to the hue saturation slider and select the proper now yellow and change it. The reason to use the channel mixer first of all is because that the channel mixer can reproduce a blue sky. When we have an infrared shot, we need to have a blue sky unless we make an extremely surreal photo, but most of the times we'll need this blue sky, and then we can change the other colors through the sliders from hue saturation if we don't really like this yellow. I tend to love this yellow and I really actually love it. And this is it more or less, my friend. Now we can also create a black and white infrared. You see that how easy it is to do that. So no matter if you have the super color infrared filter, you can always go back and create a pure white infrared shot. You see that? It was really, really easy. And now I will just go and use this infrared, which has a better white balance. Well, the reason to have a better white balance, in my opinion, is because you can see better from the screen of your monitor, of your camera, when you take the shot. It's much more easier to see the reproduction of the colors like that instead of the pure white, of the pure red, just like that. It's really tough to define the color areas, as here. So this is actually the main reason to have a corrected white balance once you are shooting with your camera. If you cannot find a way to properly fix your white balance in your camera, doesn't matter, you just come here again and fix it right away. So again, the same thing. I will go to the white balance eyedropper and I will just click over a gray area or a white area, and right away, boom, voila, no matter how you say it, it's here for us. It's ready. And I will go now again. I will convert this to Eiffel, which is the Eiffel Tower. Of course, I save as a TIFF and 16-bit, the highest TIFF, to have the maximum quality from one program to the other. And I will go there. I will open this Eiffel. Of course, I have to show you, first of all, the settings of this shot. As you can see, exposure 160, f11, ISO 100, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So again, I will go first of all to the channel mixer. I will change the red to 0 and this to 100, and of course I will go then to blue. I will change this to 100 and this to 0, and check this out. Looks awesome. And of course I hope that of course I can save it. So let's just save this as IR settings. And there we have it as a preset. So we'll never have to do it again. Of course, we can save an action if we like, but you have the endless possibilities in that. And this is wonderful. Of course, then I can go to the levels and bring some levels down in order to bring out all the details of the shot. And of course, I can also bring inside the vibrance in order to make it much more vibrant and colorful. And check this out, from here to there with simple step. This is a fantastic, let's say, masterpiece that it took me only 1/60th of a second to shot, and of course then to maybe, why not, print and enjoy in my house. This is the magic of infrared, the magic of taking simple shots and convert them to masterpieces, even for you or your clients. So this was the procedure of editing the photograph we took from the infrared converted camera, and of course then we properly converted and fixed the white balance, and of course the final result was really awesome, really pure, wonderful, or black and white infrared, or a wonderful infrared with multicolors in. If you liked my work, if you liked this video, trust me, it was really hard to make it, to edit and upload this video. Please like my work and share my work, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I will show you many other tricks and tips in photography, Photoshop, and many other programs. Have fun, my friends, and keep photographing and photoshopping.